Welcome to a very brief video on the number one way that leaders destroy trust. Or I should say the number one way that leaders accidentally and even a well-intentioned way destroy trust. And that is this. Hey y'all, it's time for our annual engagement survey. Broop. Take 10 minutes, filling out, sharing opinion, feedback, thoughts. Next year, nothing's changed. Hey y'all, it's time to take our annual engagement survey, right? When we send and when we invite people to contribute their opinion and feedback, what we're doing is starting a conversation. An engagement survey is essentially, take the metaphor of a question and an answer. An engagement survey is a question that you've tossed out to a group of people, and the survey results are the answer that you get back. It's really hard for a person to feel heard, seen, understood, listened to, appreciated, valued if you ask your question, see their answer, but don't respond back with anything, right? And so having worked with dozens and dozens of some of the smartest and best leaders and educators on the planet, this happens over and over again. It's almost predictable. Like if an engagement survey is going out, and I say the accidental well-intentioned, because oftentimes we have intentions to do something about it, but we don't know how. And so in this video, I just want to show you, not tell you, but show you a really simple example of how I tried to not fall into this trap because, the irony of our own expertise, right? I have also sent out surveys and not really followed up and responded. And I think that it just breeds distrust and resentment because for the people that have worked at that organization for 2, 3, 4, 10 years, at some point you just wonder what's the point of sharing my feedback. Nothing's going to change. And if you have that sentiment rolling around your organization, it absolutely erodes engagement because it plants the seed of why would I contribute, right? So the other day, let's see if I can pull this up. The other day, I invited everybody who subscribed to my newsletter to respond with ideas for what to name the newsletter. This newsletter has been going on for 10 years, sent out hundreds of issues, but I've never named it. So you got 50,000 people who are all kind of in this umbrella of connectors. They're leading groups in some way, shape, or form. And so I asked for name suggestions, and I got some really good ones. And I'm very happy to say that a non-AI idea won out, a human-generated idea from Lee, a subscriber. And so the connection section won out because I realized as I was reading through that, beyond the play on, conjunction junction, for those of you who grew up in the 90s. Okay. Every major news outlet has an opinion section, shout your ideas. It has a comic section, make me laugh. It has a sports section. But I have never seen a news outlet with a connection section. And yet when we look at what predicts long, healthy, happy lives, what makes us really satisfied in our work, what makes us satisfied in our communities, our neighborhood, it comes back to connection. And so the new name of this newsletter that you might be reading or watching right now is the connection section. So I had our designer draft up a couple logo options, and I sent it out as a survey. And I said, okay, pick the one you like the best. And then, okay, here it is on the top of the newsletter, just as a mock-up, pick the one you like the best. And 800 people took time out of their life to share the results. And so here's me reporting back saying, okay, alone, the top vote by a landslide, a decent landslide, was this one. And then in the context of the newsletter, the one that won was this logo. So what do I do with that, right? And so I may not have, this is a pretty simplified answer, right? An engagement survey of work culture is a little bit more complicated than just which logo type? But just as a metaphor, take the survey. I could have just taken these results, made decisions internally with my team, and just uploaded the logo to the website and to the newsletter, and that's it. But instead, I took a minute to record this video and share back, here's my current best thinking. I've sent back to Lydia, hey, both of these won. I like elements of each, Can we try a couple other mock-ups that kind of take the best of both worlds and see how that works? And so I've listened to you. I've actually edited what I did that day after receiving 800 results. And maybe on this newsletter, or I don't know, maybe on the next one, you'll actually see a logo start to show up in some newsletters and on the newsletter section of the website, etc. So I'm sharing this as a way of saying, A, thank you, and B, your voice actually matters, and I make decisions based on your voice. So thanks for contributing, thanks for watching, thanks for actually helping shape the connection section, help shape the conversation, what I'm trying to create on the planet. Okay, ready for this? The other number one way, where's my thing here? The other number one way that leaders destroy trust is by making big decisions and then revealing them in a way that's designed only for consumption. So it's like they cooked up them and a board and C-level folks or school leaders or principals, superintendents cooked up this idea, and then they meet with everybody else in the organization, or they send out a message and say, now announcing, ta-da! And when you do that, you push people into one of only two spots. Either they're a consumer and they just take it in, or you push them into the role of critic. And they say, oh, I like that. I don't like that. Ugh, ooh, right? Really simply, you could take the same thing, you could reveal something, but what if you revealed it in a way that was designed for contribution? So here's my example of that. I am super happy to show and announce and reveal to you that we've worked on a new website. So we have a brand new website, and it's awesome. There's a really great page for the Connector Summit. If you want me to come in and hang out with your peeps, there's some really clear info on how to do that here. If you want to find the connection section in the newsletter with the temporary unedited logo uploaded to the website, you can find that. And so I'm revealing this to you, right? And right now you have the option to just say, I like it, don't like it, why'd you do it, what's the point? I'm busy, this doesn't really matter. Whatever your response is, right? But here's how I would reveal it in a way that is designed for contribution. You ready? Hey y'all, in a minute, I'm going to screen share something that I have not showed you before and I'm super excited about. And my invite is, below this video or email that you're watching, there's a link to actually go to the thing that I'm going to show you. And my invite is, can you find one thing that's missing? So whether it's like a question you wish was answered in the FAQ or something that's not clear, would you go find one thing that's missing from what I'm about to show you? You ready? We created a new website, spent all this time co-creating and crafting and trying to make it simpler, easier to navigate. The shop is way quicker, easier to use, etc. Explains the tools, helps you pick which one, separates it into categories, yada, yada. So if you would, click below and take a couple minutes and find something that you feel like is missing and reply with what you feel like is missing. And I just might take this to my team and do something about it. I'm going to hear the collective what's missing responses and actually make some edits to make this new website complete. Because in my mind, when I launch or reveal something, that's just the first iteration of it. I want human beings to help me mold the clay and help shape it, because I think that maybe the number one way that you can build trust as a leader is to invite a group's contribution and actually do something about it. I am Chad Littlefield. Have an awesome day.